What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. Got 2 weeks to fill up right here. I did miss last week's review; had a lot going on, but kind of starting back from the week before of Austin Aries winning the World Championship from Eli Drake in a matter of seconds. As Austin Aries was back, he pretty much, even though he had like a new type of theme song, anyways. Tonight's show, we kind of had a lot going on, really, as they played stuff from last week from. I believe it was the Moose and Johnny Impact versus Alberto El Patron and EC3. But as we kicked off the show, there is a commentary change since JB is now with the WWE. He is now replaced by Sanjay Dutt on commentary, so I guess they really had to do as quick as possible to replace the commentary because JB left, and it's a hard thing to replace. Okay, JB. And I'm not saying JB is the best on commentary, but it's like I said in another video, JB did a lot for TNA. That was a day one guy, and Sanjay Dutt is now replacing him on commentary. I will get into him in a minute, but I guess they had to redo a lot of commentary with him and Josh Matthews since Jeremy Borash has left and went to the WWE. But as he kicked off the show, it was El Hijo de Fantasma, a.k.a. King Cuerno, and Raju, I believe he was Hakeem Zane. I don't know if it was the guy that won that little global thing, or maybe I believe it was the guy. I know he's part of X Division, but it's Raju. I'm sorry if I get his name wrong. Versus Taiji Ishimori and Matt Sydal. Tag team match, which is a really good match to kick off the show, even though it's kind of random, a bit random with no one didn't know what was going on. This was a nice tag team match, pretty much with Taiji Ishimori hitting that gutbuster pile driver and Sydal hitting the airborne for the win. It was really good. I will say that a really good match just to kick off the show. As for Sanjay Dutt on commentary, he was pretty good. He did put over the wrestlers and talked about the moves, and a good color commentator. So he's good. I'll give Sanjay Dutt that. He's not bad on commentary. Like I said, it's replacing Borash, but Borash was okay on commentary. But as we move on into this, we'll see what goes on from here. Austin Aries had a press conference, which is a little bit like New Japan in a way. We know Don Callis is bringing a lot of those New Japan tactics, and we know how New Japan does press conferences a lot after matches. So Aries says he was back, and by the way, he's not under contract, but he's a free agent, and he is winning titles everywhere around the world, and we'll get into those championships. I believe in the next review I will get to, because he had a lot of titles coming out. And he has been winning titles a lot lately. But as Aries said, they asked him the possibility of losing. And he says, what kind of question is that? He said he's not going to lose the title. And as he was about to close out the press conference, Eli Drake wanted his rematch for the title. And next week it was going to happen for it. So it was a good hook for next week's show. They played a bonus clip, which was Bobby Roode versus Austin Aries for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship back at... I don't remember the pay-per-view name for when he won the title. I believe it was in 2012 or 13. Was it Destination X, I think, back then? Or it was when Austin Aries cashed in his option C for the cash in the X Division title, and he would always kind of win the world title from there when he cashed it in. So him and Bobby Roode, I remember that was a really good match back then. There was a little bit of Russo booking, but Austin Aries, I remember him winning the World Heavyweight Championship. So I remember that match. It was really great, and a lot of people were happy he won the title back then. Just to give people, just a bit of a history lesson. I still don't know why they changed his theme song, but they should have kept the same one. But yeah, Trevor Lee, Caleb Conley kind of went against some jobbers, which surprised they let the jobbers get a lot of offense in for some reason. I was kind of surprised by that. But as the match finished, which they still need to do something better with Trevor Lee. I still need to make him like a goofball sometime. But now they're going for the tag team titles. But they pretty much are now going after LAX for the tag titles, which Trevor Lee and Caleb Conley are making fun of them. But Conan pretty much says these first we get attacked by the ovaries there. Now these two fruit roll-ups want to come with us. There was some wannabe, try be, never gonna be's right here, and they're trying to challenge Wonder Woman, but they're failures. And I guess their mind didn't teach enough. And like, there's some things you don't do. You don't spit in the wind. You don't tug on Superman's cape, and you don't mess with LAX. Homicide pretty much says, let's get the duct tape. And Conan said this ish is real right here. Hasta la muerte después. And Homicide pretty much says, yeah! As then Trevor Lee and Caleb Conley start watching their back, thinking LAX is going to come out of nowhere then to get them. So, get into a promo battle with Conan. You're not going to win unless you're Sami Callihan, which LAX and OVE, which probably was really the best feud TNA really had out of that whole year. Like, they really did. But some people think they need to bring, what's his name? I know he's left the company because of Jeff Jarrett. Gregory Helms. We know we saw him in the Royal Rumble recently as the Hurricane, but he needs to be Trevor Lee's mouthpiece again or something. Because Trevor Lee is good, but it's something missing from him. Because he's had these forgettable X Division title reigns that haven't gone anywhere. I like the guy. He has the talent. It's just they don't know what to do with him sometimes. Allie was talking to Kiera Hogan as Kiera Hogan's getting ready for her title match tonight against Laurel Van Ness. And someone gave Allie a letter, like a Valentine's Day card, to pretty much meet her about a day or two after Valentine's Day. So, or her gift, her secret admirer, as Kiera Hogan said, good luck with that. Moose talked about, I was cutting a promo in the back, interviewing Mackenzie Mitchell, talking about, I've been played football at Syracuse for 4 years and never made it to national championships. I was in the NFL for 7 years and never won a Super Bowl. And he's been in TNA for over 2 years and has never had a shot of the world title until tonight, which, like, you're pretty much calling yourself a loser. You've done all these things, but you still lost in the end. I don't know. Moose, I like Moose, but he loses a lot and looks like an idiot trying to go in by himself. And then when he gets help, he still loses all the time. Because I don't even want to get into the whole feud with the American Top Team. That was already god-awful enough. But as we get into the title match with Laurel Van Ness and Kiera Hogan, good match, but that prettier Laurel Van Ness does jumping in the air with it looks very bad. It really does. Kiera Hogan, she's got something in her, but we kind of know Laurel Van Ness is not here that long because I believe people already said she's left the company since, there was already news about her already leaving to begin with. It's just kind of odd they put the title on her and then she just, I want my release now. Still kind of odd. Brian Cage's debut is next week. They talked to EC3 in the back, talking about rumors if he's here, is he there, and EC3 pretty much talked about, I'm the best guy here, and, if I don't fulfill my destiny, then I guess he'll ride off into the sunset, but his goal is to become an EC3-time World Heavyweight Champion, and he's going to hunt a moose, drink a shot of Patron, and Johnny isn't the only Impact person around here because EC3 is the real Impact. But, like I said, it's kind of odd now because we know EC3 is gone and he's went to WWE. So, I don't know. It's a good promo, but I guess this is going to lead into him leaving or something. It's just going to end up to him leaving. Jimmy Jacobs and Congo Kong kind of promo in the back, even though Jacobs looked like almost like a movie villain in a way. Talk about he said, I'm not a bad guy, and I asked Joseph Park nicely to bring out Abyss, but I guess I'll have to bring out the monster myself then. Matt Sydal, who now says his spiritual advisor, which he really does talk like a hippie now, and really playing into this whole thing, saying namaste. I guess he does a lot of yoga, and he talks about we are champions here, we're pure of heart, he says, in peace, love, and pro wrestling. So I guess he's some type of yoga hippie now or something, whatever's going with that. Bobby Lashley was being stalked in the parking lot until he was thrown into a trunk by OVE, which I would actually like this type of feud in a way. It's kind of gives some OVE to do, and Bobby Lashley, it's an interesting feud because they needed to move on after LAX, so I'm glad maybe this can go into somewhere. Hanaya the Huntress went against Amber Nova, which I thought was weird. Her underwear and tights were really kind of off because you can see her underwear sticking out of her tights. And it's kind of odd about this girl anyways. She looked like she didn't want to be there. And I know Rosemary tried to attack from behind also, but listen, this girl's not in the company anymore. We know that. It's really odd that as soon as she debuted, they fired her, or she said she walked out, and there were just stories about her being unprofessional and no showing shows, and I don't know, screwing TNA out of money after they paid for her to be there, or, like, paid for her flight, and I don't know, she didn't want to lose to somebody, and I don't know, it was a lot of problems. She said she left on her own and there was a mutual agreement, but I don't know, when you hear all these stories, and it's kind of hard. And I know Taya said something about it, but she's not even in the company, so I don't really try to enjoy it that long. I'm surprised they even still playing the clips after a lot of the whole unprofessional news came out about her. EC3 versus Moose versus Alberto El Patron versus Johnny Impact in a fatal 4-way for a shot at the world title. I believe this is when Moose allegedly hurt his knee, I believe, and he still fought through the pain. I heard there was a rumor that he hurt himself, but this was a good match. Johnny Impact was able to get the pin over EC3's. EC3 was shocked to lose, which, I don't know, they're going to need some main event guys now, because Moose, like him, but he needs credibility. Alberto El Patron he just feels like he's there. We know EC3 is not going to be there long. Johnny Impact needs a lot of character work, other than saying he's from Slamtown a lot. So yeah, it's a lot of work to go on right here with these guys. It looks like they're setting up a lot of things, but I'm really hoping Don Callis, and they really need to tell Scott D'Amore something too. He needs to stop playing his Jeff Jarrett booking, and hopefully Don Callis can give him some insight and ideas to change up a lot of things. So I'm going to get into the next review on this, but I'm out of here. I will see you guys later, and peace, comment, subscribe. Out of here.